it really, like, when I'm not in the thick of it, it really is my favorite thing about parenting, because it really does teach you a lot about yourself and make you get to places in your own life that just sort of like having a partner, like you just don't hold a mirror up to yourself in the same way as if you were by yourself or as if you didn't have a kid. And it sounds like you know, Everett is similar to how you were as a kid. I mean, you know, I'm sure like as the years progress, you'll see that it, you know, whether it's more or less, but at the moment, it's like, yeah, it's hard to remember what we were like when we were 2 or 3. But as
Right.
they get older, you're like, oh, I remember being 7 and being told that the no about this. And so I'm going to say yes because I want them to, you know, I want to solve this internal, you know, pain that I feel from 40 years ago or whatever. And I think that is, I mean, everyone's thinking about that and as part of their decision making process. And man, it is difficult. And then it's your day to day struggles, right? You had a hard day, you're frustrated, you got to make a lot of decisions, you just don't want to have to deal with it. So even if I know this is not the best thing for the kid, you know, I'm just going to give them this thing because I can't hear it anymore.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's fine. Like I think you gotta, no one's gonna, even if that's your philosophy, no one's gonna hit their philosophy 100% of the time.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I think what you said, like it's tough being, you know, two. I mean, yeah, two different parents, two different people. You're not gonna always agree on everything. I think what's important is even if you disagree, to come to some agreement, because I think that it's important for the kid to have that consistency, even though grandparents or other people that might take care of them are going to give them different information over the years, and they're going to start to see like different adults have different rules and limits and thresholds for whatever thing they're willing to give them. um, I find that we tend to do that sort of subconsciously. Like I'll start doing things that she does and Steph does, and she'll start doing stuff that I do. And sometimes we'll disagree on stuff, and we'll have to just be like, look, this is really important to me. Like I'm putting my veto in. Like I think we need to do it this way. And even if she disagrees, we'll agree that we're going to do it that way, so that it's not as confusing for Elise as it could be.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that. Um, so I generally agree with you. The United Front thing is important, but I kind of feel like United Front, but with room for some variation between the parents, feels
Agree.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you've thought about this. I'm just thinking about it right now because I mean, in life, you can negotiate differently with different people.
Mhm.
You probably are not going to, ask one person in one organization and get a completely different answer. That would be dysfunctional. And hopefully that's the point, is that with parents, it shouldn't be like there's like a philosophical feeling
Right.
amongst parents, as a unit that's different. But I kind of want Everett to have the negotiation skills to understand that there could be a moment where that allows a little bit of a variation along
Right.
what the answer is.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I think with all of this stuff, there's a general sense of it being, 80% is good. Like you're not, I think for your own sanity, like even at the very beginning of this conversation, you're talking about like, if I could control everything and make everything perfect, like, okay, but we can't. Like, even if you want to do this philosophy 100%, you're going to have different days. You're going to have different tolerance for decision making and frustration. And that's got to be okay. And your kid is going to be the recipient of some of that. And some of it might be confusing. It might mean that on Friday, daddy says no, no matter what. And then on Saturday, he's like a little bit more flexible, a little bit more relaxed.